here. And this was actually like hilarious because it was like kind of last minute put together, but this was just something that was on our hearts, and we kind of felt, actually basically I just messaged Cassie and Vanessa and was like, hey, y'all are getting on this with me. Because this was something that had been on my heart, and I felt like these are two girls that just kind of always speak to me, and we all come from such different angles, and that's why I love working with them, because I feel like I might be able to speak to somebody in one way, and Cassie might be able to touch somebody else's heart in another way, and then Vanessa is, might have a totally different approach that somebody else might respond to. So that's why we wanted to kind of get on here and just talk to you, because we are coming from a place not of shame on you, but from a place of we are or are feeling very similar things to maybe what you're feeling, and how we can help you get to the next level. And so when we're talking, you guys, I want you to know that we're also talking to ourselves. We're talking to ourselves. We're getting ourselves in our mindset right. And why would we not want to share that with you guys? Because you guys are our support system too. So with that being said, the question is that we titled this is, are you stuck? Are you stuck in what it's going to take to get you to the next level? And I want to just start off by saying that if you're stuck, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop feeling like you're the only one who's stuck, and stop feeling like a victim. Because if you can't stop doing those things, you're going to continue being stuck. Because it's just going to be a roller coaster and kind of a vicious cycle of people feeling that negative energy from you. So I have recently, just to share this with you, my grandpa passed away on Thursday, and yesterday was a visitation, and today was the funeral, which is why I'm at my parents' house. And I can't tell you kind of what fire that has lit inside of me, because my grandpa was super successful. He kind of didn't come from a great background, but he was, as they like to call, like a self-made. And I read a quote the other day that said, we're all self-made. It's just the successful ones that like to admit it. And so that kind of spoke with me too. But one of the things that I want you guys, why I'm telling you this about my grandpa is because he left a legacy for our family. Not only his kids, but us as grandchildren. And obviously setting the example for us to leave it for our children and our grandchildren. And for me, that's kind of just validated why I'm in this business. Like, he was a hustler. He worked so hard. And when the priest was talking today at the funeral, he said, when anybody close to you dies, one of the things that you're always going to think about is, is that person going through? Like, how is that process happening? What is that experience like passing on to the other side? And what the priest basically said was, what he envisioned happening was there's a welcoming committee. And the welcoming committee isn't the saints. It isn't Jesus and Joseph and all the people you hear about in the Bible. It is the people that you've done things for, and acts of kindness for, people's lives that you impacted, that you can vouch for, or that they can vouch for you, saying, this person did this for me, and yes, he did this for me, and she did this for me, and she did this for me, and she did this for me. And then at the end, after everybody's done talking, Jesus comes in and says, yes, God, this person was my follower, and this person, was like that. And I'm going to be here and tell you that that's true. And then he's going to walk you through the gates, and it's going to be a celebration. And I think that such a powerful image for me that I wanted to share that with you, because I want to have thousands of people at my welcoming committee. And when you think about who's going to be your welcoming committee, you better get out there and start acting. You better get out there and start changing lives. And that's when your business is going to become unstuck. that's when your business is going to change, is when you stop viewing it as your business and you start viewing it as something bigger than you. And I'm going to stop right there because I have a lot more that I want to talk about, but I just want kind of Cassie and Vanessa to kind of jump in and just speak from what they're feeling on this subject.
Vanessa, you want to go first or you want me to go?
Go, Cassie, go. Go, Cassie, go.
We'll both start talking. Okay, so I love when Kels came to me yesterday and said, hey, we should do Zoom. And I was like, oh my God, yes. Like, I probably need that just as much as anybody else. Just because sometimes we all need, a kick in the butt. We all need, some inspiration. And just, Kels and I were talking the other day, and this is why I love that we're doing this tonight, because we were talking and we were like, you know what? What are we doing? What are we doing? Because we feel like we've been in this business for 17 months now? I count months. I don't know why, but I do. So I'm like, we've been in this business for 17 months now. And I'm like, I am nowhere near where I want to be in this business. Not even financially, I'm just not anywhere where and I feel like sometimes we make those excuses. We have that mental block of feeling like we're stuck. Like, okay, I'm not where I want to be. Okay, well, why are you not where you want to be? Are you working hard enough? Are you being consistent? Are you doing all the things that you need to be doing day in and day out? And not even, there's a bunch of things that we're going to talk about tonight, but I think that they're all key things that we all go through in this business, and sometimes we don't even realize that these are things that we're going through, if that makes sense at all. But when we sat down to think about what we wanted to talk about, I was like, oh my gosh, those are all such important ideas that we need to bring up, because I think sometimes you get to a point in your business where you think you're working hard, but you're definitely not. Me and Kelsey got to that point where we were like, okay, I feel like I work my butt off with this business. I'm consistent. I work every single day. I never make excuses, but I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I am nowhere near where I want to be. And the only reason why I'm not is because I am not doing everything that I can do. And I know that. And I 100% admit to that. I don't do all that I can do. And I know that I don't. Why don't I? I have absolutely no idea. And that's why, the other day we were talking and I was like, what the heck? What are we doing? And I was just so over myself. I so quickly got over myself in that 5 seconds. And I was like, I don't know where the hell I've been the past 17 months, but I have not even shown up yet. And I am about to become a whole different person. And so I just think that sometimes we need that fire relit. And it's not up to us to motivate you by any means. It's not up to anybody to motivate you. That motivation comes from within. And some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight will kind of, I think, make a lot more sense and kind of open up a whole new thought process for you guys, and hopefully get you out of that place of feeling stuck and make you want to go and work your butt off. But I just feel like this is something that a lot of us needed. I feel like there's a lot of us out there who claim that we're stuck, that we think that we've done all we can do, and just nothing's working. And we're here to tell you that you're not doing all that you can do, probably. And we are admitting that ourselves. Okay, so that's why we're going to talk about some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight, and hopefully that will kind of open up a new light to you guys. But I'm going to let Vanessa talk because I'll talk forever. So.
Okay. So I know y'all be looking for me to bring the boom, right? I'm just gonna be really, really real with you. I told Kelsey today, I said, Kelsey, listen here. I said, she said, are you ready? I said, it don't matter whether I'm ready or not. It's got to be done. Okay? It don't matter how I feel. It's got to be done. And that just goes back to what they were saying, what Kelsey was saying, as far as getting over ourselves. Okay? If I were to sit in front of this computer and talk to y'all and tell y'all, oh yeah, it's lovely over here and work is going great, and just because I have the platform of being able to talk to you guys, And just because Vanessa Keith is known for bringing the boom and preaching does not mean Vanessa doesn't get discouraged. Does not mean I don't get, down and out. It does not mean that I don't get to a point where it's like, can I go anymore? I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I will tell you, for me, as, a diamond leader with It Works, sometimes, I'll be honest with you, sometimes, and I got Kelsey and I have a couple other of my friends that I could call on, but sometimes because we know as leaders, we know that we have enough on our plate. We don't want to add to each other's plate all the time. Okay. So we don't want to be like, girl, I'm in this rut, because we already have some other people that we're constantly pulling out of that rut. Okay. So a lot of times, sometimes I don't even feel like I have that person to scream at or to cry. And I have to learn how to encourage myself. I have to learn how to get in whatever I need to get, and it doesn't mean I don't have my temper tantrums. It doesn't mean that I don't I don't cry. It doesn't mean that I don't get frustrated. It just means that I cannot afford to stay there. I literally cannot afford to stay in that rut. Okay. So back to what I was saying about having a lot of people that you're pulling. I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm just going to be so honest with y'all. Y'all get on Zoom after 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 Zoom. Okay. Thinking that getting on a Zoom is going to change your business. You get on a Zoom thinking to say, I did something for my business today. Listen, how long are you going to ride that train? Because that train is going to take you straight to poverty. So when Kelsey called, I'm not going to lie to y'all. When Kelsey called and said, girl, I'm about to do the Zoom, and I felt her energy, and I get it, because we want y'all to be successful. I'm going to tell y'all, my favorite part in growing up as a kid was testimony service at church. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, experienced it, but it was always somebody standing up and talking about how good the Lord is or what miracle happened in their life. And that's kind of like how this happens for us. And when we get to see a mama come home, or we get to see a wife and husband come together, or when we get to see someone, get to go on vacation, or when we get to hear someone say, I feel 10 years younger. I've never been so healthy in my life. Those type of things, that energy, it gets us like going, because we have a passion to help people. That's what we do. Okay. You guys have got to know what am I trying to say?
I know what you're trying to say.
Here's what I'm trying to say. Listen, you have to learn how to encourage yourself. You have to learn how to pull yourself out of those situations. You cannot stay in those ruts. You cannot continue to get on these Zooms thinking that these Zooms is going to make a change in your business. No, you are going to make the change in your business. This is where I was going with it. When Kelsey had called me and she said, I'm getting ready. I need you to get on this Zoom. I need you to do this. I was hype about it because I heard her hypeness, but I'm going to tell you, I was like, man, how many times do we have to get on here and pull y'all up out of get y'all unstuck? Get me unstuck. Can I get one of y'all to tell me what the goodness of the Lord has done for y'all? Can I get one of y'all to get on here and say, hey, listen, y'all. I mean, and we get that. We do. Don't get me wrong. We have a lot of people that have a lot of testimony. But I'm just saying, for the ones, listen, And this may seem harsh. This may seem like I don't have a heart. Listen, my heart is big. I'm not worried about how you think about my heart right now. I just want you to wake up. I just want you to put your big boy, big girl drawers on and listen, start making things happen. Stop thinking about it and just start doing it. Listen,
Yep.
I get into a situation where I'm like, there are times where I do not feel like texting anybody or messaging anybody or adding 25 people or, or liking a bunch of posts or, when I get out the house, sometimes I don't even want to get out the house, but I realize that I need to make it out of the house so I can blitz 5 people. I don't always feel like doing that. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I did not feel like getting on this Zoom tonight. Because I did not feel like it. I didn't want to encourage y'all. Doggone it. I wanted to encourage myself. But I realized that I have a position and I care about y'all. I want y'all to come unstuck. I don't want just my team unstuck. I want Kelsey's team unstuck. I want Cassie's team unstuck. I want to hear more about people's marriages being restored, about bills being paid off, about people having freedom. I want to hear, like, when I see you guys like hitting these ranks and sometimes I don't even know who y'all are, but I get so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, another person. It just does something to me. So it's not always about how you feel. It's about getting past what you feel like doing and just do what you have to do. Now that I'm talking to y'all, guess what? I'm encouraging myself. I am talking to myself.
Yep. I love that. I mean, so I was talking to my dad, and then he's in the stockbroking business, and I said to him, I said, what do you think like makes some people in your business successful versus some people not being successful? And in your business, just to see kind of, and he said, there comes a point where you have to believe that what you're doing is making a difference. And I think that everybody on this Zoom has to get to that point in order to get to the next level. You have to feel like you're adding value to your customers' lives, to your team members' lives. And if you don't feel like that, find a way to feel like that. Because that is going to make a difference. Because if you're not feeling like that, you're probably not encouraged and you're probably feeling stuck because you haven't had anything to make you feel like, wow, this is the reason I'm doing this. This is the reason, this is my purpose for being in this business. So figure out what that means. And maybe that means you just haven't heard your customers' testimonies because maybe you haven't asked. How many of y'all have actually texted your customers, every single person who's ordered from you, to ask how they liked the product? And maybe if you ask, you might not. The reason you're not asking is because maybe you're scared of the answer. So figure it out. Be a problem solver. Ask them. Maybe ThermoFit isn't working for them. But you know what? Maybe that's why we have our team pages. So if ThermoFit isn't working for them, you can get them on It's Vital Core, or you can figure out something that is. And then you can hear their testimony because of what you did to help them. Those before and after pictures aren't just pictures that you're supposed to post because that's part of your job. Those are supposed to help people feel something so that they can make a change for themselves. If you're not encouraged, how are other people supposed to be encouraged about your business? How are other people supposed to be encouraged about the products? And the most successful people in this business are the ones who know how to pick themselves up, are the ones who know how to stop feeling that way. And you know what? I always joke about my daughter because she's crazy and she falls and she does all this stuff that she hurts herself and she cries, but she has a very quick rebound rate. And so you guys need to learn how to have a quick rebound rate. If you fall down and if you get discouraged, find something that will pick yourself back up. Distract yourself from those negative thoughts and start replacing them with positive ones. Whatever that means, whether you need to go read somebody's success story, whether you need to go talk to a customer who likes our products, find whatever is going to motivate you and make you feel like you're making a difference and get back to that. So now, with all that being said, 23 minutes into the Zoom, maybe we should get to our list. I mean, I think we're talking about a lot of them, but maybe not in the order that I said. Okay, the first thing I want to say is just this is something we touched on. Just get over yourself. This journey is bigger than you. This journey is more than what you are saying. It's more than your business. This is God's plan for you. And if you're not open to that, if you're not realizing that this is something that he has set in place for you, he can't do the work for you guys. He can't do that. He can bring you the opportunity. But guess what? In the Bible, he calls us lazy. He calls us lazy. And he says, how long will you sleep? If you keep sleeping, poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Is that what he says in this? Is that right?
Yes. You
Okay.
lazy bones.
He says, lazy bones. For how long will you sleep? Poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. With that being said, just know that he can't do this for you. He can bring you the opportunity, but it's up to you to actually do the work. How many income producing activities are you doing a day? Are you scrolling through Facebook? Or are you actually messaging? Are you just getting on a Zoom? Or are you actually putting what you learned from the Zoom into action? Are you saying, hey, you know what? I really like this Zoom. Maybe I should write down the YouTube and put it and save it in my bookmark. So next time I feel discouraged, maybe I just need to listen to 5 minutes of it. I have so many things bookmarked like that I can just go click on and watch for 5 minutes if I'm feeling discouraged, and I can be at a whole nother level because of something that I have saved. That's what I have bookmarked. One of them, if y'all don't watch it, is Fallon Rice's video. If y'all don't follow Fallon Rice, y'all need to follow Fallon Rice. But it's when she gets one of her first presidential, I think it's a presidential paycheck, and she just has a song going, and she is just hyped, and it gets me hyped every time. And just find something. It's a 2-minute video, you guys. So sometimes when I wake up and you know what, I don't feel like posting today. This is not something I feel like doing. I don't feel encouraged. I'm sick. I'm tired. My grandpa's funeral is today. I don't feel like working. I feel like laying in bed and not doing anything. I still do it. Because that's what it requires. So stop trying to feel motivated and start trying to be disciplined. Because that's going to change your business. Cass, you want to add anything on that?
No, I love that.
Vanessa?
Do I want to add anything to that?
Yeah.
Listen.
We're listening, man.
Listen, Linda.
We're listening over here.
Listen, Linda. I'm going to tell y'all, I have been reading Proverbs every single day. Okay? There's 31 chapters. There's 31 days. If you don't read your Bible, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you, there's truth in there. There's wisdom in there. And every single chapter talks about laziness putting you in poverty. Talking about, and it was in today, Kelsey, that same verse, talking about how long will you sleep, how long will you slumber? It was repeated again in today's chapter 24. Okay? So that right there, I'm telling you, that's, and I'm going to tell y'all, like I have a 10-month-old. She still gets up in the middle of the night. I have a list I could sit here and complain to y'all about all day long, right? Of why I feel like I need that extra sleep. But God is telling me, this is me being inspired, that I need to get your rest on, get your rest, but you don't need to sleep as long as you've been sleeping. You need to get up, and you need to get up early. You need to have your day planned. And it talks about having a plan, having my day plan. I read today, much is given, but much is required. So this business has a lot to give, but it's not just going to fall out of the sky. It's not going to come through watching a Zoom over and over and listening to the calls and all of that. Start putting some action into place. I hate that with these Zooms, whenever I'm asked to be put on these Zooms, I'm always asked to give the business. I don't like giving the business all the time, because I feel like I'm shaking my finger, at you guys and I feel like I'm like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, But then I feel like but then I hear you, so a lot of you guys will message me and be like, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. But my question is, how many more times do you need to hear that before you start putting stuff to action? I don't mind doing this because this is the purpose, this is part of my purpose. But now I want to know, when are you going to walk in your purpose? Because nobody can be better than you. Then you can't, there's nobody better than you. I'm not better than you. Kelsey's not better than you. Cassie's not better than you. You have purpose on the inside of you that you need to tap into and know that the greater one is on the inside of you. Who you are on the inside, you have to find a way to tap into that. Stop making excuses and get to work. Get to work. When Kelsey talked about that talking about the lazy bones, it said take note on the ant, the tiniest thing that crawls on the earth, the ant, because the ant knows how to get job done. And guess what? The ant doesn't have a ruler, it doesn't have a governor, it doesn't have an upline, it doesn't have an accountability partner, it doesn't have any of that. The ant knows that a job needs to be done. How are we letting ants outdo us?
Y'all, my question to you is, do you think there's somebody out there that's smarter than you making more money than you? And if the answer is of that question is yes, then you are the only one that can change that. Because if you're smarter than somebody else making more money, they made more action. Does not matter how smart you are. It matters how much work you're willing to put into it. Because if you're willing to put in work, if you're willing to stop getting on these, I'm not saying stop getting on these Zooms. I'm saying stop using these Zooms as income producing when you're not doing anything with what we're telling you. If you're not doing anything with what we're telling you, these are pointless. We are wasting our time. And we're wasting your time. And you know what? If you guys need to learn something, if you need to hear something, and you're like, well, there hasn't been a Zoom about that, shame on you for not asking somebody. Shame on you for not taking action and figuring that out. Because as much as Erin Tweed, who's my upline, who I enrolled with, has helped me in this business, you know who's helped me more? YouTube. Because whenever I would ask Erin a question, she would say, I think that's in your document library. Because you know what? She wanted to teach me how to do it myself. Hey, I think that's it. Go read the fine print in the rules in the document library. Or why don't you check Product Coach? Let me know if it's on there. Some of y'all may be babying yourself. Maybe you're babied. Maybe too many people are doing too many things for you. You know, start figuring out. You know, I'm always like, well, what can I do to make this new distributor, or help this new distributor, or help get them started? All I got was a welcome email. And then I started watching YouTube. I started watching Jade Hooper. And Erin was awesome because she was there to answer questions if I needed help really quickly. But, I mean, she didn't teach me about the products. She didn't teach me how to post. She showed it by what she was doing to work her business. And if we're not disciplined to do that every day, if we're not willing to pour into our business every day and do something income producing, then you're not going to get income. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to be a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it's going to be a business. We say that all the time. But think about what that means. My husband's hobby is playing golf. He pays to play golf. You will pay for this business if you don't stop being lazy. If you think you're working hard enough and you want to be a diamond, are you working $2,000 worth of work? Because that's what an average diamond is. And if you're not, and if you're a diamond and you want to get to double, are you working like a double is working? If you're ever around Alyssa Bilyeu, that chick sometimes can barely like have a conversation with you because all she's doing is working. Like if you cut into her work hours, like the other day we went to this, you know, when the $1 million drawing was done, we drove, I picked her up. She wasn't really even talking. She was just messaging the whole time. She said on her flight home from Arizona, the plane didn't have Wi-Fi. What she did was she went through every single one of her messages. She didn't make an excuse about her plane not having Wi-Fi so she couldn't do work. You know what she did? Phone was on airplane mode. She sent out 350 messages to every single person that was in her previous text messages and followed up with all of her potentials. And then when she got off the plane, all she had to do was tap, 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 tap to retry. And all of her messages sent out. My thing is you have to work like you want this. Like, what are you, if you, at the end of the night, I want you guys to write down what you did for your business each day. I'm not talking about, oh, I scrolled through Facebook for 20 minutes and built a network or whatever. I'm talking about being intentional with it. I added 100 people to Instagram today, and I added 20 people to Facebook, or whatever your goals are, whatever you decide that you want to do to get right, that figure out what you're doing and take a really good hard look at that. And it's okay to not be where you want to be. It's good to not be where you want to be. Who on this Zoom is where they want to be? Nobody is. Nobody's where they want to be. Nobody. And it's good not to be, because that means you're hungry. That means you want more. That means you're ready for more. But are you willing to put in the work? Cass, you want to say something? The next thing we had on our list is there's no such thing as a perfect journey.
Yes, I love that. I want me to start on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the one thing I love about why you put this on the list is because I think a big part about this business is I think sometimes we get so focused on like the team pages, for example, and we get so focused on other people promoting and other people welcoming distributors and other people welcoming this, that, and the other, and we're like, well, okay, why they're doing so great, why am I not doing great? And we start to compare ourselves. We start to compare our journeys. We start to compare, you know, our paychecks and our rank. And I think that anybody on here will tell you that is something that you cannot do, and it's repeated for a reason, because your journey is your own. And one thing I love that Kels mentioned about this topic is that, you know, God already has your plan in this business, and your journey, it's already mapped out. And you're not in control of it. No matter where you want to be, you're going to get where you want to be, but he has everything mapped out to the T. Every experience, every person that comes into your business, every person that leaves your business. And I think that it's so important for us to remember that, because I think that it's something that hurts a lot of us. And we all do it. I do it. You know, we're all guilty of it. We all get to that point where sometimes we just think that, you know, obviously, like we're not doing enough, or we're, you know, worried about what everybody else is doing. And you can't worry about what anybody else is doing in this business. Your journey is your own, and it's your journey for a reason. And it doesn't matter if, you know, Tiffany came into this business and went diamond in 30 days. Okay, you might not do that. You know, you might work your butt off, but you might not do that in 30 days. And that's okay. But you know that you gave it your all getting there, right? Or trying, right? You know, like some people, you know, do you guys know that the average time for a Ruby, it's a year, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that right? Kels?
I have to double check.
What?
Regardless, though, I have to double check, but regardless, you know, it's the same thing. There's 8 ranks. If it took you 1 year to reach each rank, would it be, if it took you 1 year to hit ambassador, 1 year to hit executive, an average of, was it $231 a month or something like that, would it be worth it at the end of those 8 years to be making $585,000 a year?
Exactly. I feel like so many people, this is something that you guys will experience. You probably may have already experienced, or maybe you're the one that's going through it. But I think that so many people come into this business, and aside from comparing yourself, you come into this business and you expect, okay, I'm ready to make this change in my life. I'm ready to make this extra income. I'm ready to make friends. I'm ready to, have that fun and that freedom that I see so many people in this business post about. And you come into it and you're in it for maybe a week or a month or 2 months or however long you've been in it or were in it. And you start thinking, you know what, this is too hard. Or you know what, like I'm not where I want to be and it's been a week. You guys, this business takes time. That stuff is not handed to you. You have to work really, really hard for it. Let me tell you. And any rank in this business is hard work. It doesn't matter if you're a distributor. It doesn't matter if you're an executive. It doesn't matter if you're a Ruby. Wherever you want to be, you got to work like you're already there. Because if I sit here right now, I know for sure I'm not working like a presidential diamond would work. I work my butt off, but I'm not working like I should be. And that's what me and Kels were talking about the other day. And I'm guilty of that. And I think that, I just feel like that's a real thing. I feel like so many people come into this and expect to get all the reward, the income, and the blessings that this business has to give without doing anything to earn it. You're just expected to have that success overnight or in a week or in a month or in 2 months. And if you don't have it, you want to give up or you gave up because you didn't get it quick enough. And exactly what Kelsey just said, look at work full time, okay? Story time. I was a hairdresser before this business, okay? I got paid bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. So monthly, my paycheck when I went diamond completely replaced what I made full time working 40 plus hours a week as a hairdresser, okay? That was at a diamond rank, okay? I never would have saw an income past diamond as a hairdresser. Never would have happened. It's not possible. Like, it just never would have happened. So it blows my mind to think that I've only been in this business for 17 months and was able to achieve something I never thought that I was capable of achieving or that even existed, for that matter, just by working a little bit harder than someone else, talking to a few more people than someone else, right? And never giving up and being consistent and still doing that to this day to get more and more and more. Right? And I think just using that as an example, had I come into this business and given it 2 months, because I remember I was in this business for 2 months, right before I went Ruby. And I texted Aaron and I was like, you know what? I'm posting every day. I'm being consistent. I'm messaging people, although my message was like a novel and it was not what I should have been sending people. But I've learned a lot since then. So I was messaging every day. I was posting every day. I was adding every day consistently. I never missed a day, ever. And I remember going to her and I was like, dude, I don't know what you're teaching me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing everything like you told me to do and nothing's working. No one's coming to me. No one's enrolling. I'm not successful. What am I doing wrong? What more could I do? And she said, you know what she told me? She said, you do it times 10 and you keep doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And I was like, okay, so I just have to be consistent. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, okay, that sounds easy. And I kept doing it. But do you think that if I would have given up that day, 2 months in, so many people come into this business with so much potential to be successful and to do all the things that you want this business to do for you. And if you don't see it immediately, you give it up. But if it took you 5 years to make 6 figures a month, that's 5 figures a month that you did not have before this business. So why in the hell would you not work your butt off for 5 years to have that income if it wasn't a possibility before? Who cares how long it takes you? Because that's income and that's experience that you did not have before this business, right? It doesn't matter how long it takes.
Yeah, and the one thing I want to add on that too is if you're, there's 4. I always say this every Zoom, but I want to say it again because there's 4 things that make you successful in this business, and I'll give you an order for them. Okay, I'm going to give you an order. First is self-development. That's the most important. Second is growing your network. The third one is posting, and the fourth one is messaging. If you need an explanation of why, ask me, and I'll tell you later. But if you're not doing self-development, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, how are you gonna become the person that you want to be? You didn't wake up an Ambassador Diamond. And let's talk about, if you go to Walmart, nobody knows you're an Ambassador Diamond. You're not walking around with a sign on your head that says Ambassador Diamond. You're not walking around with a sign on your head that says distributor. So start acting like it. If you're not a diamond, if that's your goal, if you want to be a diamond, if you want to be a double diamond, if you want to be a triple diamond, you know what? Tell people I'm almost a diamond. You might not have one person under you, but in your mind, you're almost a diamond. And if you keep telling yourself that, that will happen. I guarantee it. If you put the action behind that. If you say I'm almost a diamond, you know what? Then you're going to start thinking, what would a diamond do? They will be messaging more. They will be adding more. They will be posting more. They will be growing and doing self-development more. And if you can, and that's what I tell myself every day, what would a triple diamond be doing? I look at Claire Flores. I look at all these people that are really successful that I look up to in the business. And I say, what would they be doing right now? Mm-hmm. And that's where I get my guidance. Get off your butt, okay? And just take actions. You know, just work. You don't have to know everything to get started. Y'all, when I got my business builder kit, I had never tried one product, and I looked at Brian and I said, I hope to hell these things work. We both stuck a damn wrap on. I lost an inch, he lost 2 inches, and I was like, we're sitting on a gold mine. He was like, I think you're right. Now let's see if we can get that comma in your paycheck. And I was like, all right, you know, let's do it. But before that, people had asked me, have you tried to rap? Do these things really work? I said, girl, I didn't try to rap, but I seen so many result pictures that there's no way these things can't work. Do you know how much better that sounds? Do you know how much better that sounds than saying, nah, girl, I haven't tried it. I'll let you know when I do, though. How many people are gonna real quick? Do you feel like what I'm saying though? Like, I need y'all to feel me. I need y'all to stop waiting for some secret sauce that I'm about to tell you. This is the secret sauce. The secret sauce is you. The secret sauce is getting confidence. The secret sauce is changing your expectations, changing your mindset, being flexible in what happens. If you don't hit a promotion that you want the month that you want it, change your time frame. Don't change your goals. Stop acting like, who told you you can't be a double diamond? Who told you you can't be a triple diamond? Vanessa and I talk about that all the time. Who told you that? You told you that. Why?
Can I say something?
All right, Vanessa, you go ahead. You can bring some calm back.
Somebody want to say something?
Yeah, Miss Vanessa, it's Elena. I'm so sorry to interrupt. This is literally like the last Zoom that was just on with Cassie and Kelsey was my very first Zoom that I've ever seen, because I literally went and I used my It Works card. I got me some data because right now I can't even afford Wi-Fi. But let me tell you something. I just have to tell you guys that you ladies are so freaking inspiring, and it's absolutely amazing to me. You know, literally the way that I run my business is exactly what you guys are saying. I speak anything, the positivity into existence. If I feel like crap, you know, if my body's hurting because of my pancreatitis, or if I'm feeling down on myself because I'm having one of those Debbie Downer days, I'm telling you, that's exactly what I do. And I am so blessed. It's like confirmation to hear you ladies speaking on that, because you know what? Just last week, I was having one of those days. And I'm telling you, like, my flesh was really about to get me. And you know what? I was like, no, absolutely not, because I will be an ambassador diamond. I will be, you know what I mean? I know that this is something that is going to happen because I have to do this. Anytime I'm discouraged, I look at my why. My babies are my why. My life is worth it. And you guys talking about all of this really just, you know what? I understand what you guys are saying. It feels like you might be like beating a dead horse, having to say the same things in the Zoom or something like that. But you know what? That is such a beautiful thing. This has changed my life, my family's life. You know, I go on live video all the time because I have to repeat that. But just to hear you guys, to see you guys speaking these things, like, it just literally, like in the Bible talking about confirmation, that's exactly how I feel that is. And that's why I had to interrupt, and I'm so sorry for being rude, but I appreciate you letting me just, you know, speak from my heart, because you ladies just truly inspire me. I see your posts, and you guys just are so uplifting, and I hope that if you guys are having a crappy day, I'm telling you, you can go to my page and you'll see something. You can go and laugh at my videos, because sometimes I will like stutter or I'll say the same word like 10 times, like in the matter of 3 sentences. So if you guys are ever having a bad day, go get a good laugh from my video. And like, I just want you guys to know you are awesome. You guys are amazing. You guys are worth it. Like the things that you do.
Elena, that is Elena, that is beautiful. And did you say you had pancreatitis?
I have chronic pancreatitis. I was born with an annular pancreas, but I didn't have the best parenting when I was younger. So I wasn't diagnosed till I was 21. It is in fact a terminal because of the calcification of my pancreas. I was told by my specialist, my GI specialist, when I was 21, I'd be lucky if I made it to 30. I'm 29 years old, about 29 and a half, October 4th. And I am telling you, ladies, listen, with my Puerto Rican Italian self and with It Works and God on my side, my It Works family, I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, girl. Listen, I just want to encourage you, and I want to tell you, darling, that I'm going to be praying for you, and
yes.
you chiming in is exactly what I was saying earlier. When I said there are times when I don't feel like getting on here, but I know that there will be someone that I will say something and it will land on their hearts or in their mind or in their spirit to get them going. Here's the thing. I know there are many times that you don't feel like doing stuff, and I know what my father had pancreatitis. So I know what that looks like.
Yeah.
I know what that looks like. I had to live with that fear of something terribly happening, and my father beat the odds of it. But I know what that's like, honey. And I just want to encourage you. And this is exactly why. And listen, y'all, the ones that are saying, well, I don't have a team to talk to. Yes, you do. You have your loyal customers. And if you don't have one loyal customer yet, you just start, I don't know. Okay, so if y'all don't know TD Jakes, y'all may want to look him up one day. But I remember when TD Jakes said before he had that big church of however many thousands of people that he has in the Potter's house, he was preaching to the ducks and the birds in the backyard of his shotgun house. He would go out into the woods and he would just talk to the birds and he would just preach and he would just let them, he would tell them what thus says the Lord. And he just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it because he had his mind was bigger than what he could see. I mean, his vision was bigger than what he could actually see through his natural mind, through his natural eyes. Okay. And so what I'm telling you is if you don't have the loyal customer yet, notice I said yet, then what you need to do is you need to get out your steps of success, and you need to, where it is a line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, you need to talk to line 1, line 2, line 3, and line 4, and tell yourself that you're going to be helping. Talk to that thing. And it may sound crazy, but I'm telling you, talk to that thing and tell that thing that you're going to help whoever. You don't know who you are, but somebody's going to get a product that needs it today. Somebody's going to get a product that is going to be life-changing, that's going to help them feel younger. When you get your loyal customers, that's your team. That's who you're going to be talking to. A lot of times loyal customers turn into distributors. So build those relationships with your loyal customers. Talk to them. Find out how, like Kelsey said, how is the product working out for them? I can go on. But Elena, I just want you to know, honey, you just inspired me through your testimony.
Yes.
That is the reason why I do what I do. Mm-hmm. That is the reason right there.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Elena, for jumping on. That was like super helpful, and it's always encouraging. I mean, we might get on here and appear confident, we appear like we know what we're talking about, but sometimes we need to hear feedback from y'all that y'all are hearing what we're saying too. So it's really refreshing, and I appreciate you jumping in, and don't ever feel, if anybody ever feels something that they want to say, something that's on their heart, don't feel like you can't say it, because that's what these Zooms are for.
Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you guys like hearing me out. It means a lot to me. It really does.
Yeah, girl, we're all praying for you. We're all cheering for you, for sure.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, there's a question. How do you guys do? So if somebody says they'll never do it because it doesn't work, bless and release. Bless and release. For me, you just have to know when to move on, because you know what? They're still going to be watching you. They're still going to be like thinking, does it work? Because if she didn't even try it and her family member be trying it, she don't even know. Like, she doesn't really know. So just let her feel however she wants to feel. Our job is not to sell people. Our job is to share, and it's to share. Now, if somebody is saying maybe they didn't use it right, maybe, but if it's not even that person, I just feel like you have to know when to kind of let that person go. When to say, okay, you'll never try it, no problem. I really appreciate you responding to me, whatever, and move on. There's millions of people in the world that would love to hear about it and would love to try it. So it's just something that you guys just got to continue to keep sharing. Move on. The other day, people always ask me, how do you reply when, you're adding people to Facebook that you don't know, and then they message you and they say, how do I know you? Do I know we met before? I'm always like, girl, I don't think we've ever met in person, but your profile looked really, awesome. And I'm always open to meet new people on here. This girl said, that's weird, and then blocked me. You think I started crying? I just started laughing, and I said, I'll see you in about 2 years. I'm sure our profiles are going to come across each other's page again. You're going to join my team, but that's okay. I mean, that's what I thought in the back of my head, because if she's not joining my team, she'll probably join somebody's team, and it's going to be funny. Like, it's just going to be funny. Like, so I don't stop taking it personal. That's what, that's the whole model of the story is if somebody says something, handling it the right way. Our world is so obsessed with being politically correct. Just bless and release them. Just say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry she had a bad experience. If you have any more questions about any of the products, I'd love to share it. We have way more than that product that she tried, but have a great day. I don't know, Cassie or Vanessa, if y'all would handle it differently, but that's just what I'd say.
Nah, I'd just be, I'd probably just say, okay, well, if you found that I just keep, the bless and release is as easy as you can say it. Like, and if you approach someone and you're talking to them in person, and I don't really approach anyone anymore and say, you just start off by talking about it works. But if that's something that you've done, or you're going to do, and they like turn you down and make you kind of look stupid, that you're like, because they're not wanting to talk to you, I just be like, okay, no problem. And I might blow smoke up their butt. What? Have a great day. Your shoes are cute. Shoes might be jacked up. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you just, and then keep it moving, because that's just one person. And if you talk to 50 people, somebody told me every day you should wake up chasing 100 no's. Like, every day, get 100 no's. And I'm not talking about reach out to 100 people. I'm talking about you actually present the opportunity of either becoming a loyal customer or joining or partnering with you in this business, and they actually tell you no. Like, no, I'm not interested, or you see that they've read it and they've completely ignored you. Like, I count that as a no a lot of times, or whatever.
I don't count that as a no.
Man, for that day, I do. 100 no's is a lot. I'm going to keep it real. 100 no's is a lot. So you want to take it to another level and go for 150. But if I see that now listen, that doesn't mean I may not circle back around to that person.
Right.
I'm just saying, chase 100 no's.
Right.
Because one day you're chasing 100 no's, you might get one yes, or you may get 10 yeses. But how incredible does it feel when you get that one person that says, you know what, I've been looking for this opportunity, or you know what, I've been needing this type of product in my, like I've been wanting to try the wraps, or I've been wanting to try this or whatever.
Yeah, no question. So the whole, and I don't want it to go too much over an hour, but my whole thing in doing the Zoom is what was on my heart was, I feel like a lot of y'all, I don't know if y'all are satisfied. I don't know if y'all don't know how to get to the next level. I'm not sure, you know, what's going on. You know, maybe you're stuck at Ruby. Maybe you're an executive and you have 2 people under you, but it's like, it's getting really hard. And you're like, I don't know if it's worth that $500 a month. I'm not sure what's happening, but I just sense that a lot of people maybe are stagnant. And like I said, nobody's where they want to be, but being stagnant is a different story. And maybe you've even been where you want to be and lost that, you know, but the message that I want to say to you is move forward. There's so many other people out there. There's so many other ranks. There's so much more to your story. And if you quit and if you give up and if you stop, you're going to be no better off than you were before. You're going to be no better off than you were before. And so I encourage you to pull out that chart that you feel like is so far away, that you feel like you can't even think about. Like for me, you know, it is Prez. Like that's a scary promotion for me. Like thinking about that kind of makes me want to vomit, like to be honest with you guys. I'm just being straight up with you because that's just a lot of people and that's just a lot of empty stuff right now on my chart. But that's what I have to do to get to the next level. Is I have to put it out there. I have to look at what I have to do. So my encouragement to you is get that chart out, that maybe you're an executive and maybe it's the emerald chart. Jump a promotion. Reach higher. Do more. You want to add anything, Cass?
I love how you ended that, and do something like Kel said. Like presidential is a scary chart. It's scary because it's a lot of people on that chart. And I remember when I first started looking at a diamond chart, and I was like, man, that's scary. That's 24 people. Oh my gosh. And now I look at diamond and I'm like, okay, that's easy. Like not easy, but much simpler than now, right? So do something that scares you. Like challenge yourself and push yourself to go, you know, outside the box and go beyond your limits. Because if you limit yourself, that's exactly what you're going to do. And you're never going to get to where you want to be because you're the only one standing in your way. So, you know, I'm going to shut up because I'll just keep talking. Even though I didn't talk about it, I'll just keep talking.
Mary had a question. I'm an executive for 7 months and I'm always looking to do more. I'm almost 8 months pregnant. I want this so bad. I need it so bad. A lot of people are interested in conversation to stop. What do you guys do if somebody's interested after initial contact? Okay. I feel like I'm saying the wrong thing because for all the interest and I haven't signed a DT yet. Listen, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And you know, what it probably is, Mary, and I'll be honest with you, is I feel like the thing that people struggle with when they first start is confidence. And not that you just started, but like in that message, it feels like you're unsure. And that's kind of one of the worst things to be honest with you, because if you're unsure, then you're going to come off as unsure. And if somebody feels like they're joining somebody who's unsure, it doesn't feel like that may be the right thing. So my advice to you would be find something that it is going to build your confidence. Become confident in what you're offering them. Don't act like it's going to be a miracle if they sign up. Act like, hey, when you join my team, do you know what every single DT I talk to, now I get them on the phone before I sign and I have a conversation with them. I never just sign somebody through messaging them only. It's always a phone conversation. And I always say, when you join my team, this is what's going to happen. And this is what's going to, I speak that into their mind. And I say, our team. So I make it feel like they're included in it already, because I'm in their minds talking about them already joining. And so they're already picturing themselves doing it, because I know that's going to happen. And so just become more confident in what you're presenting. Know that what you have can bring value to them. because maybe financially this business might not have brought in the value that you maybe initially envisioned yet, but how much has it done for you mentally? How much has it done for you in other ways? And once you see the value that the business has brought you, it's going to be so much easier to share that with other people and to let them know, you know what, like, I'm not where I want to be, and I'm going to take my team to the top, and I want you to be a part of it. But this business has done so much for me mentally that I don't know if I could have gotten through my pregnancy if it wasn't for that, or I would have been a lot worse off, or whatever the case might be. Maybe it's just instilled that hope in you. Maybe it's just instilled whatever you might have needed at that point. So I say all that to say, start maybe trying with confidence, and maybe that will kind of push you in the right direction.
I got a question. What are y'all gonna do when y'all do get ambassador? What are y'all gonna do when y'all do get presidential, diamond, ruby? What are you gonna do?
I know what I'm gonna do.
besides make it rain, besides spend that dough and be happy that check is coming, how are you going to lead that team of people? How are you going to, what business plan what business plan do you have in place for the people that you are going to lead? Do you have a business plan? Do you know how you're going to lead your team? Because my question is if you don't have a plan, if you're not working on that plan, then it goes back to what we said. If you're saying I want to be a diamond, I want to be a ruby, I want to be a presidential, I want that 600,000. Listen, then you start putting stuff in place. You know, if you know you're gonna get, if you know it takes 5 DTs to go ruby, do you have a plan in place as to what are you gonna do to equip those people? Equip your team, and do you have any Zoom account? Do you know how to set up a Zoom account? Do you know, like, what is your plan? Like, what are some things that you're going to have set in place for them when they get on your team? What are you going to say to them? If you don't know what to say to a loyal customer, how are you going to tell your team what to say? Seriously, like, you literally are going to have to start thinking like a boss. You're literally going to have to start saying, you know what? I'm going to get this thing because you can't just go ambassador because you say it. Yeah, saying it is putting it out there, but faith without works is dead. Write the vision and make it plain. Be specific. I am specific as to what I am getting stuff together right now as to what it's going to look like to be on my team when I am Ambassador Diamond.
Yep. When I first joined, actually not even when I first joined, I was like 4 months into the business, and I looked at the files tab on one of the team pages, and one of the things that popped up was like a new distributor guidebook. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is maybe something. And guess who made that? Double Diamond Alyssa Bilyeu. That explains why she's an ambassador. That explains why she's in the Millionaires Club, because she was getting stuff together for her team. And I'm saying that from a place of myself, like, I need to start getting it together too, y'all. So don't feel like if y'all over here, we're not sitting here trying to make you feel bad about yourself. We're sitting here trying to make you feel like how much stuff do we have to say that hurts before you start changing.
I'm trying to make you think, because somebody had to help me think like that. They're like, oh yeah, you want to be Ambassador Diamond? What plan do you have in place to be Ambassador Diamond? If you can't lead a team that's Diamond, if you're telling me that your Diamond team fell apart, then how the heck are you going to be ambassador? And I'm not telling you you can't. If you're sitting here giving up already because you're feeling defeated by the questions that I'm asking you, that is something that you're going to have to, you got to renew your mind, honey. I had to go through the same thing. I was like, well, dang, I'm working hard. Yeah, you are working hard, but you ain't working hard enough. I had to have the same talk. I had to have the same moment to myself. Did I want to go and pout in the corner? Maybe for a second. But then I had to pull myself together, and I had to say, okay. I mean, and listen, one of those talks came from my husband. And I'm the one always, and he won't come to me and tell me what to do with my business. But he was speaking truth to me. And I had to receive it. And Proverbs talks about receiving instruction. A wise person knows how to receive instruction. A fool is the one that turns it away. You're going to be wise or you're going to be a fool. That's all I got to say.
That's all I got to say too, man.
As far as Proverbs, like that reminds me because I've got my Clutch Bible, and you know what? My mom put in my the front of my Bible when she got it for me, be a Proverbs 31 woman. And you know what? Like you were saying, Vanessa, faith without works is dead. And that is so completely true. Yes, it's, speaking things into existence, but having a place in your plan of action. And you know what? It's crazy because you guys are you're all so brilliant and such beautiful women inside and out. And you're so right. We can't feel bad for ourselves. And you know what? I may have just started last month, at the beginning of last month. But you know what? I have one distributor under me with my 5 loyals. And I tell my distributor on a regular basis, listen, I have homework for you today. I make sure, with a distributor, I shouldn't have to push her for every single thing. I understand that. But to encourage her to continue to strive for greatness, because I know she can. And I know she wants it just as badly as I do. So I make her do her homework. I can't make her, but, I recommend that she does her homework. I want her having, inspirational memes, quotes, things to boost not only herself, but her team members when she's building her team. These are things, and I know that there's so much more to that. And you guys have all put so much work and, blood, sweat, and tears into every bit of this business. And I appreciate that, because that has allowed me to be a part of the It Works family, and I'm blessed for that. And you know what? I know it's going to take time. It's going to take nothing but just pure dedication, and everything within me has to be put into my business. And you know what? That's really what I have in my mind, is it has really nothing to do with a paycheck. It's honestly what I want to do is I want to see the lives change the way that mine has been changed. And that's really what keeps me going. It's not, I want a 6-figure salary. Yes, that would be great. However, for me, I want to see people that have been in my predicaments, in my situations, my upbringings. I want to see people like that. I want to see everybody rise from the ashes. I want to see people just achieve greatness. That's really what pushes me. And I know it's going to take time and nothing but effort. But I also know you've got to have the mind of a leader to lead. And I know that that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yes. I love it. I love it so much. And I appreciate you sharing your thoughts with me. And Proverbs 31, I can't wait to get to it. I can't wait to get to it.
I know I can't wait.
I know. I'm about to sneak peek it tonight.
Girl, Proverbs 31 is joy. I've been waiting on it. I know what it says. I've been waiting on it because I just feel like it's just going to bring the boom. I've been going through every day I can read a chapter.
Yeah, we're gonna jump off here. Let you guys put in stuff into some action. Unless Cassie has anything. You have anything last you want to add, Cass?
No, dude, y'all got it. Y'all covered it. Yeah, I'm so yellow for this. I'm like, I need some red in my life because y'all freaking put me.
I'm like, you are so funny. You know what? You know what, Kelsey, that this is up to you, but I would love to show the death crawl.
The what?
The death crawl.
What's that?
Yeah, show it.
Okay. All right.
Have you seen this, Cass?
No.
Oh my God.
Cass hasn't seen it. Put it on, Vanessa.
I'm about to. Can y'all see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Can't hear it though.
You can't hear it?
I have seen Facing the Giants though. I freaking love that movie.
Wait a minute. You can't. Hold on. Let me see. No.
Maybe you have to take out your headphones. Do you have your headphones in still? There you go.
Hold on, let me bring it to the beginning. Okay, you guys, we're gonna watch this, and then you guys are free to go.
Well, stronger than we are. You've already written Friday night down as a lost Brock. Well, not if I know we could beat them. Come here, Brock. Get to Jeremy. What, am I in trouble now? Not yet. I want to see you do the death crawl again, except I want to see your absolute best. What, you want to go to the 30? I think you go to the 50. 50. I can go to the 50 with the glass on my back. I think you can go with Jeremy on your back. But even if you can, I want you to promise me you're going to do your best. All right? Your best. Okay. You're going to give me your best. I'm going to give you my best. One thing. You should do it blindfolded. Why? I want you giving up at a certain point when you can go further. You know, Jeremy, get on his back. Give a good tight hold, Jeremy. All right. Let's go, Brock. Keep your knees off the ground. Just your hands and feet. There you go. A little bit left. There you go. Jeremy, good effort. That way, Brock. Keep coming. There you go. It's a good start. A little bit left. A little bit left. There you go, Brock. Good strength. That's it, Brock. That's it. 20 yet? Forget the 20. You give me your best. You keep going. That's it. Now, don't stop, Brock. You got more in you than that. I ain't done. You gotta keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Don't quit till you got nothing left. There you go. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving. Your very best. Your very best. Your very best. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. Don't quit on me. Keep going. Keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. That's it. Your very best. Don't quit on me. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go. Keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving. Don't quit till you got nothing left. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. I want everything you got. Come on, keep going. It hurts. Don't quit. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go. Tell me. I know what you said. If I had strength, then you negotiate with your body to find more strength. But don't you give up on me, Brock. You keep going. You hear me? You keep going. You're doing good. You keep going. Do not quit on me. You keep going. It hurts. I know it hurts. You keep going. You keep going. It's so hard from here. 30 more steps. Keep going, Brock. Come on. Keep going. Burn. And let it burn. Burn. It's so hard. You keep going, Brock. Come on. Come on. Keep going. You promised me your best. Your best. Don't stop. Keep going. It's not too hard. You keep going. Come on, Brock. Give me more. Give me more. Keep going. 20 more steps. 20 more. Keep going, Brock. Give me your best. Don't quit. No. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Brock Kelly, you don't quit. Keep going. Keep going. Don't Brock Kelly. You don't quit on me. No, you keep going. You keep going. Go, Brock. 10 more steps. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more. Keep going. Don't quit. Give me more. You can. most influential prick on this team. If you walk around defeated, so will they. Don't tell me you can't give me more than what I've been seeing. You just carried a 140-pound man across this whole field in your arms. Brock, I need you. God's gifted you with the ability of leadership. Don't waste it. Herb, can I count on you? Yes. Herb? What is it, Jeremy? I weigh 160. All right. Who next?
Who next?
Who's next?
Who's next? Hey.
I got your end zone dance ready. That's what all I want to know. Is your
Yes,
end
y'all.
zone dance ready? And that's
Thank y'all
what
for
this is about.
yes. Don't sell yourself short, y'all. You can do much more than you're capable than you think you can. Thank y'all for jumping on. Hope y'all have an amazing rest of the night. And let's